right, so get ready
Okay.
for a deep dive into someone's recent trip to Japan. We've got, a stack of notes and excerpts from this journey.
Yeah.
Sort of like peeking into their travel diary,
Yeah.
Multi-city,
I love it.
little bit quirky, very packed with details. It's almost like we get to travel alongside them. Virtually, of course.
Yeah. What's so fascinating is the level of detail we have. It's not just like a polished itinerary or anything. It's really raw notes and excerpts that reveal a lot about the traveler's personality and what they prioritize during their time in Japan.
Yeah, we're talking detailed shopping lists, observations about everyday things, and even a few mishaps along the way.
Yeah.
Just flipping through, there are some things that really jump out, like a mysterious obi purchase.
An obi.
I know, and I know you're probably thinking,
Yeah, what is that?
what's an obi?
Yeah.
So an obi is a sash that's worn with a kimono, a pretty significant piece of traditional Japanese clothing.
Right?
So that makes me wonder, is it a gift? Is it a special souvenir? We've got to figure that out.
And then there's this quest for a very specific toilet paper dispenser.
I know.
That seems to have spanned multiple cities.
I
mean,
know.
how often do you see that level of
food.
dedication to a bathroom accessory?
What makes this particular dispenser so special? We've got to unravel that mystery. And then, of course, we've got the Uniqlo obsession. I mean, who doesn't love Uniqlo?
Right.
But this person seems to have made multiple pilgrimages, stocking up on heat tech,
Of course.
turtlenecks, and an impressive amount of socks.
Yeah.
So is it purely practical? Or is there like a hidden fashionista lurking beneath the surface?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, we often project our own ideas onto someone's travel choices, but the reality is often more nuanced. So let's try to peel back those layers and see what this trip reveals about the person behind the notes.
Okay, so the adventure begins in Tokyo.
All right.
Landing at Haneda Airport, a popular choice for international travelers. And right off the bat, we get a clue about their travel style.
Yeah.
They chose to stay at the Tokyo REI Hotel in Shibuya.
Now, Shibuya is known for its vibrant energy.
Yes.
The iconic scramble crossing you see in all the movies.
Yes.
And a very modern, almost frenetic atmosphere.
Yeah.
Choosing to stay there suggests that there's someone who enjoys being in the heart of the action.
Yeah.
Maybe even thrives on it.
Yeah, definitely not a quiet traditional railgun experience.
All right.
And speaking of mornings,
Yeah.
this traveler is an early bird,
Okay.
consistently up before the sun.
Wow.
Now, I'm a morning person myself, but this is next level. Is it jet lag or a deliberate strategy to maximize their day?
It could be both. But remember, in Japanese culture, there's a strong emphasis on efficiency and making the most of time.
Right.
So perhaps it's a blend of practicality and a desire to immerse themselves in the local rhythm.
Interesting point. All right, let's move on to the shopping spree.
Yeah.
Because this is where the notes get really detailed.
Okay.
As we mentioned, Uniqlo was a clear favorite. Lots of heat tech, turtlenecks, those socks. Clearly, they're prioritizing comfort and being prepared for different weather conditions.
Yeah, it's a pragmatic approach to travel, especially in a place like Japan where the weather can be unpredictable.
Right.
And Uniqlo is known for its affordable, functional clothing.
Yeah.
It's a smart choice for travelers who want to pack light and be ready for anything.
But then we've got the Montbell purchases. Montbell is more of an outdoor gear store.
Okay.
Known for high quality, durable apparel.
Okay.
A blue jacket and vest stand out. So are they planning some hiking? Exploring outside the city?
Yeah.
It's a curious addition to an otherwise urban-focused itinerary.
It is interesting. It suggests there's a potential for adventure,
Yeah.
a willingness to explore beyond the typical tourist spots.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just really like that blue jacket.
Or maybe that...
We can't rule that out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets really intriguing.
Okay.
The pen hunt.
The pen hunt.
We're talking multiple visits to the loft, Yodobashi,
Wow.
even a borrowed gel pen at one point because theirs wasn't working.
Wow. Okay.
What's the deal with the pens?
That is a great question. Japanese stationery is renowned for its quality and craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Were they a writer, an artist,
Right.
or just someone who appreciates a good pen?
Right.
Maybe they were on a quest for the perfect souvenir.
Ooh.
Something unique and practical.
I like that, the souvenir angle.
Yeah.
And speaking of practicality,
Yeah.
let's not forget the glasses.
The glasses, right.
2 new pairs from Jin's glasses, one with UV protection, the other with photochromatic lenses.
Wow.
So clearly, eye health and functionality are top of mind.
Yeah, you gotta protect those eyes, especially with all the sightseeing they're doing.
Right.
It shows a level of self-care and attention to detail that's quite impressive.
Okay. You know, we can't talk about Japan without talking about the food.
The food, yeah.
This traveler's clearly a fan of hotel breakfasts. Lots of positive comments sprinkled throughout the notes. And they seem to have a particular fondness for Family Mart.
Family Mart, sure.
Which, let's be honest, is a foodie paradise in its own right.
Family Mart is a staple in Japan, offering a convenient and affordable way to experience local flavors.
Yeah.
And their selection goes way beyond your average convenience store.
Yeah.
You can find everything from onigiri to ramen to surprisingly good pastries.
Oh, yeah, those pastries are dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't just stick to convenience store fare.
Right.
We've got some serious foodie splurges in the mix.
Okay.
Pizza slice in Daikanyama, a taste of New York in Tokyo.
Nice.
Henry's Burgers, which we'll hear more about later.
Oh, okay.
And, of course, ramen at Ichiran.
Ichiran is a classic choice for ramen lovers. It's known for its customizable bowls where you can choose your broth, spice level, toppings. It's a great way to experience ramen tailored to your own preferences.
And it's not just the big names.
Right.
They're seeking out local delicacies, too.
Okay.
Takoyaki, okonomiyaki, sesame seed crepes, even award-winning gelato.
Wow.
This is a traveler who is not afraid to explore different flavors and culinary experiences, both traditional and modern.
It's a sign of a curious and adventurous palate.
Yeah.
They're not just ticking off tourist traps.
Right.
They're actively seeking out new tastes and textures.
Right.
That's what makes this deep dive so interesting.
I know.
We're starting to see a pattern of curiosity and a willingness to try new things.
Exactly. All right, so we've covered the arrival, the accommodation choice, the shopping spree, and the early signs of a foodie adventure.
Right.
But we're just scratching the surface. There's so much more to uncover.
Stay tuned as we delve deeper into their cultural explorations, those quirky observations, and maybe even solve the mystery of that elusive toilet paper dispenser.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. All right. We're back and ready to continue our deep dive into this Japan trip.
Okay.
Last we left off, our traveler was about to hop on the Shinkansen.
Bullet train.
The bullet train, yeah, head to Kyoto. And you know, it's not just a mode of transportation.
Right.
It's a cultural icon, right?
It is. It's a symbol of Japan's technological advancement.
Yes.
Its dedication to efficiency and speed.
Yeah.
But it's also an experience in itself.
Right.
Those sleek, futuristic trains gliding through the countryside.
Yeah.
It's almost surreal.
And from the notes, it seems our traveler had a chance to connect with a local woman from Uji during the ride.
Oh, wow.
Using the mix of, you know, Japanese phrases and translation apps. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It shows a willingness to engage with people.
Right.
Even with a language barrier.
You're right. It suggests an openness to cultural exchange.
Yeah.
A desire to connect with people beyond the surface level.
Yeah.
And technology can be a powerful tool for facilitating those connections.
Okay, so they arrive in Kyoto and check into the Stay Sakura Hotel in Shiragawa.
Okay.
Now, this hotel is described as less fancy than their Tokyo accommodation.
Okay.
But it has a washer-dryer and a kitchenette. What do you make of that choice?
It's a shift in priorities, isn't it? Maybe in Kyoto they were looking for a more independent experience.
Yeah.
Prioritizing practicality and maybe even a bit of budget consciousness.
Yeah.
Having a washer-dryer and a kitchenette allows for more flexibility.
Right.
They can do their laundry, prepare some meals,
Yeah.
and have a little more control over their daily routine.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially if they're planning on a longer stay in Kyoto.
Right.
And speaking of practicality, remember that quest for the perfect toilet paper dispenser?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it continues in Kyoto, culminating in a trip to Kansai Home Improvement Store.
Oh, wow.
I am starting to think this dispenser holds some deeper meaning.
It's become a symbol, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just about finding a bathroom accessory. It's about the pursuit itself.
I know.
It represents a certain tenacity, a determination to find exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Even if it seems a bit quirky to the rest of us.
I love that. The toilet paper dispenser as a metaphor for their travel style.
I love it.
And while in Kyoto, they make some intriguing purchases. We've got the obi, which we still don't know the recipient of, and some fine porcelain cups specifically meant to be used as vases. What do you think about that?
The obi is still a mystery.
Yeah.
It's a thoughtful gift, considering its cultural significance.
Yeah.
And the porcelain cups repurposed as vases show a creative and resourceful mindset. They see potential beyond traditional uses, which is an interesting trait.
Here, let's talk food again.
Food, yeah.
Because Kyoto has its own culinary scene, right?
Right.
We see more hotel breakfast mentions,
Okay.
those familiar Family Mart stops. But then they stumble upon this tiny burger joint called Olu Burger.
Olu Burger.
Olu Burger. And it sounds like a hidden gem.
Nice.
One dedicated employee handling everything.
Right.
Cash, waiting tables, and cooking.
That's amazing.
Crazy, right?
It's a testament to Japan's dedication to quality and service, even in the smallest of establishments.
Yeah.
And those burgers sound incredible. Double patty with toppings like blue cheese, wasabi, avocado.
Oh, wow.
Talk about adventurous flavor combinations.
And they even split a Heartland beer.
Nice.
A local craft brew.
Cool.
It's a nice touch, experiencing local flavors beyond just the food.
Yeah.
They also raved about these sesame seed crepes they found.
Sesame seed crepes.
Apparently, the shop was even featured on a YouTube channel.
Wow.
It just goes to show how social media can influence travel choices these days.
Absolutely. Online platforms have become essential tools for discovering hidden gems and local favorites. And in a place like Japan, where there's so much to explore, those recommendations can be invaluable.
Then we have the award-winning gelato place.
Okay.
They tried Belgium, chocolate and pumpkin, sesame seed, and sweet potato.
Interesting.
Those are some unique flavor combinations.
That is unique. Yeah.
It's clear this traveler is all about embracing new experiences, even when it comes to dessert.
It's that culinary curiosity we've been talking about.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to step outside their comfort zone and try something unexpected.
Right.
And in a country known for its unique and sometimes bizarre flavors.
Right. Okay.
That's a great approach.
Okay, so we've covered shopping, food, and even a bit of DIY home improvement with that ongoing toilet paper dispenser saga.
Right.
But let's not forget the cultural and historical side of Kyoto.
Right.
They visited the iconic Heian Shrine, strolled along the picturesque Shiragawa Canal, and even explored this winding street filled with pottery shops.
Nice.
What do you think about all of that?
Heian Shrine is a stunning example of Shinto architecture.
Yes.
With its vibrant red buildings and expansive gardens.
I love that.
It's a place of peace and tranquility, a stark contrast to the bustling city streets.
All right.
And the Shiragawa Canal, lined with traditional wooden houses, offers a glimpse into a more historic and serene side of Kyoto.
I know, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the pottery shops, that winding street, it's like stepping back in time.
It is.
It's a reminder of Kyoto's rich artistic heritage, its dedication to craftsmanship and tradition.
Yeah.
They even mention a close encounter with a girl rickshaw puller.
Oh, wow.
Which is a unique detail.
Yeah.
It speaks to the diversity of experiences within a single city.
Kyoto is a place where tradition and modernity coexist.
Yeah.
You can have these ancient temples and gardens alongside modern cafes and boutiques.
Right.
And the rickshaw puller is a reminder of that human element.
Yeah.
The personal stories and encounters that make travel so enriching.
But even with all the amazing things to see and do in Kyoto, there's a hint of travel fatigue creeping into the notes. We see mentions of tired feet, early bedtimes, and a need to rest and recharge. What do you think about that?
It's a reminder that travel, even when filled with exciting adventures, can be physically and mentally demanding.
Right.
It's important to listen to your body and incorporate those moments of rest and relaxation into your itinerary.
Yeah.
It's not a race. It's about savoring the experience.
Well said. And speaking of pacing ourselves, we're going to take a little break before diving into the final part of this Japan trip.
All right.
Get ready for more adventures as we follow our traveler back to Tokyo in their last few days of exploration.
Can't wait.
All right, so we're back for the final leg of our virtual Japan journey. Our traveler has said goodbye to Kyoto and is now back in Tokyo, settling back into that familiar Tokyo REI hotel.
Yeah, it's interesting how they chose to bookend their trip with the stays in Tokyo.
Yeah.
It creates a sense of symmetry, you know?
Right.
Using the city as a home base to venture out from and return to for a sense of familiarity.
And they jump right back into exploration mode with a day trip to Karuizawa. The notes paint a picture of a charming, almost European-feeling town nestled in the mountains.
Yeah.
They spent some time at the Harunier Terrace, a picturesque shopping area with wooden walkways and those cozy little cafes.
Karuizawa is known for its natural beauty and relaxed atmosphere.
Yeah.
a popular escape for Tokyoites seeking fresh air and a slower pace of life.
Right.
It's a fascinating contrast to the urban environments they've been experiencing.
All right, we have to talk about Team Lab Planets, this immersive art exhibit that seemed to have really blown them away. Walking through rooms filled with mesmerizing lights, interactive installations, even wading knee-deep in water with digital fish swimming around.
Wow.
It sounds incredible. What are your thoughts?
Team Lab Planets is a perfect example of how art and technology can converge to create these truly unforgettable multi-sensory experiences.
Yeah.
It's not just about observing art, it's about being a part of it.
Yeah.
Interacting with it and letting it wash over you.
It sounds almost spiritual in a way.
Yeah.
It seems they have a knack for finding those specialized shopping areas.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, but here's where things get interesting. Remember that lost ICOCA card from earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they adapted like a pro and loaded a virtual ICOCA card onto their iPhone.
Wow.
That's like they embraced the digital side of Japan.
Yeah, it's a testament to their adaptability and their willingness to embrace technology.
Right.
Japan is a leader in digital innovation.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect place to experience those seamless, integrated systems.
And they put that virtual card to good use. And even on a day trip, they couldn't resist a little shopping.
Of course not.
More socks at Uniqlo, of course, and some unique finds in Kapabashi, the famous kitchenware district.
Oh, wow.
Paying for a meal at, you guessed it, Henry's Burgers in Dekanyama.
Henry's Burgers again, okay.
Yeah. Those double patty burgers seem to have made quite an impression.
It's interesting how food becomes such a recurring theme in their journey.
Yeah.
It's not just about sustenance, it's about experiencing different flavors, seeking out unique culinary experiences,
Right.
and maybe even finding comfort in familiar favorites.
Absolutely. And as their time in Japan winds down, they soak up those final moments. One last delicious ramen meal in the Tokyo Food Show area, and even a chance encounter with a couple from Calgary during their last hotel breakfast.
It's funny how those unexpected connections are what make travel so special.
I know.
Even a brief conversation with someone from a different culture can broaden your perspective and leave a lasting impression.
And then it's time to say goodbye. Departure from Haneda Terminal 3.
Okay.
A slight flight delay,
Ah, bummer.
but a safe arrival back in Vancouver.